Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is G&A during the day. I am Drew, your host, and this is
Soberoni.
Yes, and today we give you the best variety in all things scatting, R&B, R&B, and of course anime related. This week we have top hits from Steins, Boku no Hero Academia, Hinamatsuri, and much more. Please tune in and sit tight. Enjoy.
The funny thing is, I don't think this is picking up on the microphone.
Is it not?
It probably is. Who cares? We started. That's our intro now. If you didn't hear it, too bad.
I hope so. I had to not laugh a lot just to do it because I realized how dumb it was going to be.
Well, it was creative, so
yes. Yes. Oni put a lot of pressure on me.
I told him if he wasn't creative, we would not even record.
But here we are. Welcome back to another episode of the G&A podcast. We are here to talk about all things anime, and boy, do we have a good week for you.
Amazing week of anime.
Mm-hmm.
Starting off with an amazing episode of Steins Gate Zero, episode 8.
Yeah, this is like a good episode.
I'm tempted to give it my episode of the week, actually.
No.
There's one other show.
It was a good episode though.
It was really, really good. Anytime Kurisu's back on camera, it was just a fantastic episode. And I like the way it's like tying back into the first season or the first series. Because what I did after this episode was I was like, all right, I watched this episode and I have to do like an hour of research to figure out what this episode meant, and then go back and watch episode 22 of the first season and do all this crazy stuff. But I like doing that kind of stuff because it shows that there was thought put into the writing.
I don't, so I just asked him to explain.
I gave him like the Spark Notes fucking version of the
yeah.
But it was great. For those of you who couldn't catch the meaning behind the episode, it was essentially let's see if I can do a good job of explaining this overly complicated plot. Essentially, the point where Okabe deleted his original D-mail so that CERN wouldn't catch him, and that was the timeline where Mayuri dies. But the timeline he was sent to is the timeline where Kurisu lives, Mayuri dies, and he's super depressed about it, and it ends up with him undoing that so that Kurisu dies, Mayuri lives, and he's back to the original timeline. So, if anything, we learned that no matter what happens in what timeline, Okabe is going to be depressed as fuck.
Except for the original.
Except for the timeline where no one dies. Yeah, then he's pretty okay.
Yeah. I mean, can we see that one? Like, I don't know.
It was called Season 1.
What are you talking about? That's a Mayoshi.
It was called the last, 2 episodes of the first season.
Exactly. We're all fine. And then, oh my god. Do you remember watching, there's one episode they had, that actual, montage of her just dying over and over again?
I recall that. I gotta rewatch the whole first
season. Part where gun, and then push in front of a car, and then literally there's one scene where I forget what happened, she literally just goes flying in the air.
My favorite one of Mayuri's deaths is when I think she's, safe, and then the little girl, Nae, comes up and is like, Mayuri, blah! And scares her or something, and she jumps in front of a train and dies. No matter what happens, Mayuri just dies in horrible ways.
Poor Okabe is just like, no. We were so close. Oh, God.
See, we missed that kind of fun lightheartedness from because this was a depressing episode.
It was, but it was so cute at the end.
Yeah.
Right before she left, she finally kisses him.
They are the best couple, in anime.
Because they're destined never to be.
They're destined never to be, and their interactions are just so genuine and believable and lovely and cute and full of I love their interactions with each other. So we need more Kurisu.
Yeah, basically. Either Kurisu or Amadeus.
Yeah. Although I still do love Maho. It's just she's not Kurisu.
She's not Kurisu. Yeah. Kurisu is truly
irreplaceable.
Yeah.
So we need more of that. Let's see if we can get that somehow.
Yes.
Jump to another timeline.
Right.
All right.
All right. Let's move on to Boku no Hero 3, episode 9.
This one was the.
Ooh.
Well, I think you kind of called it. You were like, you hope we don't see any of the kids fight, and it was just like the teachers fighting, which it was.
Which it was, and I'm very happy with that. I'm very happy because that's what makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That is like the only way I can imagine this. Like if I literally would say, like I literally said, like it would be so stupid if like the kids take on all these villains. Like I feel like they'd actually just lose. Like realistically, they'd lose. These are like fucking psychomaniacs who like have been in these situations their entire lives. That's why they're villains. Like villains don't become villains because they've been sheltered from life. Like
yeah. And I like how the heroes were like smart about it. They were like, all right, pizza, and then everyone was like, what the fuck, pizza? And then All Might just busts through the door.
That was just
like,
funny.
Restrains everybody, the wood guy. So it wasn't like a brute force thing where they were like, we're gonna fight in a tournament or some shit. Like it was like realistic hostage rescue situation.
Exactly.
And they had like a SWAT team outside, and the cops were involved, which is kind of cool. So it actually shows that the cops serve a purpose in their universe. It's not just like you're a cop, but you're useless because you're not a superhero.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, a lot of these heroes and villains can still die to a gun.
Yeah, they can still be shot, believe it or not. So that was interesting, and we got to see all the heroes fight somewhat, a little bit.
Kind of. It wasn't really much of a fight. It was very much like a SWAT, like takedown.
Yeah, and everyone. But
it ended as soon as it started.
At least we got some scenes.
It was still cool.
Mount Lady and.
Yo, she said hi.
I love Mount Lady.
She did like an axle kick, and while she's wearing the truck like a slipper.
Yeah, I had to rewatch that scene the first time I saw it. I'm like, wait, did she just was her foot inside the pickup truck? And just like, that was great.
That was very good.
I wanted to see more of the Orca, like the Orca boss or whatever. Too bad I think he's dead.
Yeah, too bad he's dead.
Shame about that one.
No.
I hope he's not. I hope Genus like saved them or something. I don't know.
Yes,
like wrap them all in fucking jeans and somehow block the mighty blow.
Because of course, All for One is like, yeah, I kind of have to step in now because you guys are fucking with my shit. And just
cheat mode activated.
Literally, like Jeans is like, I have to restrain him. Like first chance, like I'm actually fighting like I should be. Super instincts, and then he's like, it doesn't matter, and blows everything up.
Yeah. I also like how, I guess do you remember what that girl's power was? The ragdoll, what's her name? Mind broken cat girl with green hair.
No,
because it sounded
like I'm not sure if they
revealed it because the guy when he came in All for One came in, he was like, oh, I had to take her power, so I'm assuming she had a good power if he went out of his way to make sure he took it from her.
I mean, he could just take anyone's power.
Yeah, but I mean, like, why?
Like, why wouldn't you?
Because if I want, like, it'd be an interesting. If I'm that powerful, I'd still want to like. They went out of the way to capture her and bring her there. I feel like, instead of killing her outright, so it makes me think like, oh, she might have had a good power.
Yeah, she might have. I'm not sure they revealed it yet.
Maybe not. Watch me some OP bullshit like I can restart time and.
God, I am literally waiting for that one guy with the power of time or something.
Probably. Well, we did get the hypnotizing guy. That's still a broken power. I still don't see how he's not relevant right now.
What, is it mean the mind control?
Yeah. That's, like, I would bring him everywhere. Just to have him ask a random question, like, dress up in a disguise and ask somebody, like, what time is it or something. That's it. Every case solved.
In a giant fight, he comes in and returns going, hey, what time is it? It's actually 3 o'clock. Thanks.
You could use his power, like, sneakily. It can work. Could be the pizza. You could have dressed him as the pizza delivery guy, and then you could have, like, when they came to the door,
I'd be like, hey, did you order this pizza?
Yeah, there you go. And they're like, what? No. And then that's it.
Okay, first of all, only one person is going to say no.
And then it's gonna be like the fucking the warp gate guy, and then
you don't know that. It could be Toga. And what do you get?
Even
what do you get from brainwashing Toga?
Toga
Nothing.
Comes around.
She's easily the weakest one.
She will everyone's throat.
She will not slit anyone's.
She slits Tomura's throat.
She will literally get destroyed by any other of any one of them.
I would be happy to mind control Toga. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, she wouldn't help you much in a fight.
No,
whatever awful ulterior motives you have for controlling her, that's one thing. But,
just saying.
Yeah.
Either way, this was a good episode.
It was.
It was a good episode.
It was a very, very good episode. Yeah, I think we said everything.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing the big
fight
next week.
I'm once again very, very happy that it went in the direction I wanted it to go.
Mm-hmm. For now, at least.
For now. Yeah.
So next week when the
kids next week,
they're
all trying. I'll be up all for one.
All right. Let's talk about Hinamatsuri, episode 9. The show that everyone should be watching. If you're not watching Hinamatsuri, go watch it.
Yeah, what are you, like, literally, at this point, what are you doing with your life if you're not watching this show? Like...
This was, yet again, another hilarious episode.
Jesus.
The way that they introduced yet another new character, and somehow got me to care about her tremendously in like the 5 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, well, that's because it's just a little girl. Yes, she's psychic, but she's like trapped on an island.
Yeah, they did the whole castaway thing.
They did.
Wilson.
Literally. they instead of Wilson, it's like two coconuts that are Hina and Anzu.
Yeah, but she did a fucking great job of imitating Anzu's voice.
Like...
So... Now, like, I want to see more about what's her name, Mao. Mao, yeah.
Yes.
So I want to see more about Mao, and I think when they showed her escaping the island, she wasn't going to Japan. She was going to like Southeast Asia or China.
Shit, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
To that.
So it looked like she was going.
But now that I think about it, yeah, you're right.
So she's gonna be in China or something. So that's gonna be fun.
So she'll be there. She'll get there eventually.
And they did a good. You know what? I like how they do this thing where every episode kind of calls back to the previous episodes, because the reason Mao was there was because Hina forgot the orbs that she needed, so they had to call her in to bring the orbs. And then even later in the episode with the whole party thing, the reason what's his name? I can always forget his name now. Nita was thinking about his party from last episode.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know, the way that they do callbacks is fun.
Yeah, and it's like it's nice to know that even though it's not too episodic, like there's some continuity.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like it is episodic in that you can like watch them in probably any order and it still work somewhat.
I don't know, like Anzu's story, like
I guess so.
Like at some points, like if you got all the way to like the end of her homelessness arc, like you'd be kind of confused.
Yeah, like but you could do the Haruhi treatment with this. I think like if you watch them out of order, it wouldn't be too confusing.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too confusing.
Yeah, there's still a continuity to all the episodes.
Yeah, although it would be. Oh God, I feel like that's what that's her he was missing all along. Just good humor like this.
Ha 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 ha.
And also not playing the same fucking episode 7 times. But that was
season 2. Don't besmirch the good name of Haruhi by referring to that tragedy that was season 2.
God, what the hell are they thinking?
My favorite part of the episode though was the lieutenant part where he gets stuck in concrete. They're gonna say, yo, Sabu's a jerk. Fuck Sabu.
Yeah, that was a dick. That was like the guy who like worked under him, right?
Yeah, he's like, well, I can't admit my mistake. You're screwed.
Yeah, exactly, right. Like, and when he feels so bad, like when he sees it playing out, he just starts throwing up everywhere.
Yeah.
He's like, blah. And then the old man clears everything up. They're like, we're gonna promote you.
The
Good
timing,
for you.
the comedic timing and the music and all that stuff is so perfect because it's like I think the music like dropped, like it stopped when that stuff happened, and then the guy's face was just like, hey, you, even though you're supposed to be first lieutenant, you don't mind if we give up your promotion to Anita, right?
Like,
no,
go
for it.
Do it.
And then Nita's
like,
face.
whoa, you good job.
He grabs Nita's face and like pets his head or whatever. And he's like, "You're a lieutenant now."
Whoa. It was just like cheering for him, and he's just stuck in the concrete like, fuck this, fuck all of you. You were literally about to just kill me.
Yeah, you all were literally about to kill me 2 minutes ago.
Oh my god, I actually want to watch that part again.
And I like how they set up something that you thought was gonna be like a traditional thing or like a traditional plot line where it was like he's picking up his old acquaintance from jail and they're trying to find a successor, so he's like split between his current lieutenant and his old lieutenant. But they were like, nah, we're going to go somewhere completely different with that.
Yeah, no, I really couldn't predict how this is going to end at all.
You can't predict the show at all.
Yes, it's very unpredictable. Oh, Hina's part was pretty funny, too.
Oh, yeah.
like, when she's like, I need to congratulate him on... congratulate him on being promoted. And then she tries to do all these things, like she's getting like all this ideas from everyone, and she's like, I don't know which idea I should do, so I'm just gonna do them all
and mess them all up horribly.
literally. Well, it started out like good for like the first 2 parts.
Like she got the flowers,
she got the picture, even though it's a horrible one.
Yeah.
And basically she makes a cake, quote unquote cake, out of salt for some reason, and basically she designs it so that when he opens the door, he thinks he's going to celebration, and he's like, "Oh my god, I died!" It looks like his funeral. He's like some wooden board casket, and he's like freaking out. And then literally 2 minutes later, like she just comes out, and she comes out so slowly, and she's just like, boo. And he looks at and he's like, thanks. Oh god, like it's so funny how like hard she missed the mark.
Yeah,
like,
it's
like she literally made his celebration look like his funeral.
Also, I'm convinced now that every episode her shirt says something different relating to the plot.
Wait, does it?
Yeah, I think this episode said like lieutenant or something on it.
Oh my god! Damn it! Damn this show with its Easter eggs.
Yes, it was. Oh, this is such a smartly written show, and it's so funny. And I see that it's really high ranked in the popularity.
Yes, finally. Remember when it was like on the second or third,
yeah,
and then it just like exploded. Now it's like top 3.
Literally, the only shows with a higher rating than Hinamatsuri right now are Steins Gate and Hero Academia. So thank you guys for watching it and appreciating good shows like this.
Yes, because
it needs all the help it can get.
Frickety frackin' funny.
Yes.
But yeah, no, this is a great show. Also, I was telling Oni, like, why do the girls always all the girl characters except for Hina, they all suffer. Like they just all suffer in like just very specific ways. One is stranded on the island.
Hina causes other people to suffer.
Yeah, one child stuck on the island. Anzu is homeless. He told me he's blackmailed and everything else that happened to Tomi. That other girl from last episode, she just humiliates herself.
Yeah. It's like either you're the one suffering or you are making other people suffer in the show. It's one or the other. There's no one who's just living their life or anything like that.
Yeah, not really. It's a good one. Good anime. Speaking of anime that has risen through the popularity, let's move on to Golden Kamuy, which is on the 2nd row.
Yeah, that's actually, it was way at the bottom before. I remember this.
Yeah, it was like smack in like the middle.
So Golden Kamuy episode 8. This was another really good episode. All the shows this week had such tremendous episodes. It's hilarious. But this episode was great. A lot more development. Like it's weird because this was like a villain episode when I think back on it. It was all the villains had a lot of screen time.
They did. Like Sugimoto literally wasn't there like that much. Like they felt like they were like background characters. Yeah, almost.
They were just kind of doing their own thing.
They were just like, oh, we're hunting.
We're hunting whales.
It was it was the bad guys and Shiraishi. Shiraishi got a lot of
Oh
time.
yeah, she got tons
like,
of screen
at
time. The whole
least,
first
like,
half.
yeah, literally. He basically he's still running from that giant dude, who's the guy with the forehead.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Juggernaut dude.
Yeah, right, the Juggernaut. And then we found out that he's not the Juggernaut because, thank God, you know, he's not so immune to plot. He doesn't have, like, this thick plot armor on him that he just, like, takes on 4 guys with guns. Like, one guy ends up actually shooting him.
Yeah.
Thank God. But unfortunately, yeah, and then it's just, like, pure chaos. It just goes everywhere. Like, all this stuff happens. And then, who's the guy with, like, the fucked up face?
I forget his name.
The guy from the 7th Division.
Yeah, the 7th Division captain.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't know, everyone's so, like, this show is, like, has some weird sexual undertones, and some of it just makes me very uncomfortable.
I don't even think they're undertones. They're, like, really overtones.
Yeah, they're overtones. Like, after the fight out, like, the 7th Division guy comes, he sees the guy who's, like, a hired hand, and literally just starts stroking the chest of the corpse.
Yeah.
Like, he starts, like, patting it and stroking it, and I'm like,
I actually forgot about that part.
No, I wrote it down in my handy notebook, which I finally have. God, oh God, he just kept going, and I'm just like, oh my God, corpse rubbing intensifies. Like, oh, it was like, ugh. But yeah, Shiraishi, you know, he's proving his worth, even though I don't know, he didn't tell anyone what he was doing, but he stole a lot of things. He went back to the I'm not trying to call it a whorehouse, but basically went back to the whorehouse. Yes, brothel.
The fancy way to say it.
Right? And then he's like, oh, here's your money. Thanks for giving me, like, the kimono that, like, the forehead dude used.
Mm-hmm.
Proceeded to find the dog that the guy had from the other episode.
The hunter.
Yeah, the hunter had. And the dog tracks down the big forehead dude to, like, where they live. Unfortunately, that's as far as he goes with being smart, because then he gets caught.
I mean, he's still smart. He gets out of it. Like, he's good at talking his way out of things. Like, just escapes in general, or like.
I mean, it was kind of just like, work for me or work with me or die, and he's like,
I choose work with you.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't know what side he's playing on. I
think he's just playing on his own side. Like, he just wants to live at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do like how he's setting up all the stuff, because he put everything in motion pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he's the one who found out that, like, this guy Henmi, I think that's her name. His name, Henmi.
I'm just gonna call him creepy serial killer.
Yeah, the serial killer who also has the tattoos. He's at the docks. And he tells Sugimoto and Asipra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Asipra. Tells them we're at the docks. Let's go and
go whaling.
Yeah, well, he was like, there's a serial killer there. Yeah, we should stop them and then
the only reason they go is because of whaling.
Yeah,
she wants to eat a whale.
Well, also, like, her family's,
and
like,
there.
Like,
secondary to the fact that she wants to eat a whale.
Yeah, right. Where she definitely just wants to eat a whale. Coming for next episode where they show.
Oh my God, they're gonna eat the whale and they're gonna show her, like, eating its brain and shit. I don't want to see that.
Oh God, they demonstrate a huge brain.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, whale brains. Woo!
It's funny because they kill people all the time in the show, and I'm, like, way more grossed out by the animal killings than I feel like my inner, like, animal rights activist is just popping out.
As you literally, like, eat meat.
That's
so
fine.
much.
I don't skin the animal and, like, put it on a burger or something. I just eat it when it's already done.
That burger.
I don't want to see how it's done.
Pay someone to do that.
Yes, and not show it to me.
So I don't understand. You're part of the problem then.
No, I didn't say I want to protect the animals. I said I don't want to see them die. Okay.
So, but you just said something about my human rights violation, my
animal rights. Yes. In that I want to have the right to not see the animals horribly mutated.
That's not what that means. You awful human being. You awful human being. Of course, and I love how the way they introduce the serial killer. They save the serial killer from drowning. That is irony if I ever heard of it. Like, they're like, oh god, someone fell over, you should save them. And then they're like, and the moment I saw like drag them out, I'm just like, oh, that's definitely the serial killer. Like, 100%.
I wish they had like built up more tension about it and like made it more like a mystery type of thing.
No, I think it's funny. I think it's funny that they like revealed it out the gate. Like, it felt like a real like an Arrested Development moment.
Because he's not very he's very unique in that he's not threatening at all. Like
he doesn't seem threatening. Yeah,
he's just kind of like, oh, thanks, gosh, you saved me.
Yeah, he seems very like I love his
he's
character.
Silly, yeah. He's a silly serial killer guy.
Kind of, and like that story, like he tells like this story about like how, oh my god, like the way my brother was being eaten alive by that boar, and I was so scared, and da da da. And he's like talking about it in his head, and he's like, oh, that's when I realized I loved killing, and then he had an erection by the end of his story. So like,
he gets erections from murder, not just like murder in general. His murder, if he dies, he'll get an erection. He's
literally thought about Sugimoto killing him and has achieved an erection doing so.
Yeah, so
like multiple times.
That's his motivation right now. He wants Sugimoto. He wants
Sugimoto to kill him, and. And like literally, I remember when the other guy, like the guy with the cold sees his tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, some tattoos you got there, and he's like, and he just takes the sandals and just like pulls them apart. And then you hear like a knock knock at the door, and Sugimoto's like, hey, what's up? And he's like, oh, hey, how's it going? As he's just strangling the guy.
That was some like cold. Like Dexter shit, or he's just like, oh yeah, we're just hanging out over here.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you can get some lodging if you really want. Like, yeah, it's totally fine.
$10.95 a night, and you go see the receptionist, and he's just like choking the guy out.
Exactly, like, oh my god. I really, really, really like him. Like, I love like the villains are so well developed in the show. That's something that you never see.
Any one of these villains in another show would be like the best thing about that show. But now we get all these amazing villains in one show. Like, I like the villains as much as I like the main characters right now.
Yeah, actually, like every time they die, I actually get sad.
Yeah, because I feel like they have so much personality even outside the fact that they're evil. Like the hunter guy, was cool. His jokes and shit,
like his boner jokes.
This guy is just kind of like a weirdo creep.
I don't know. I feel like this is what anime should like do now. Like, I don't know, they should make their villains seem more human, like, and like just give them more personality. Like, instead of just making them all like evil, because like, you know how funny it would be if, like, in Boku no Hero Academia, like, you know, they stopped making what's the guy with the face? Tomura, the guy with the face, hand on the face. If they, like, I don't know, gave him, like, some weird
quirky personality.
Like, some weird quirks about him instead of just being all, like, oh, Maito! Like,
well, that's the funny part, because the side villains actually do have pretty cool, interesting quirks about themselves.
Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the side villains, like Toga and the rest of them.
Yeah, like, they're interesting.
Like, I want, like, the main villains,
The main villains are just, like, stop.
Yeah, they're like, we're evil.
We're bad. Like, even when we were talking when All For One came in, I was just like, oh, literally Darth Vader.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know, it'd be nice to see if more villains had like a little bit more, like main villains had a little bit more.
You don't
need
to do much. You just got to give them like a scene or two where they just do something out of the ordinary.
You know who's a really good villain?
Who?
Wrath from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh, I wish I had seen Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Oh my god! So you wouldn't even know.
You just wanted to bring that up because you know I didn't see it last night.
I forgot you didn't see it. That really sucked. He's a really good villain, just because he's literally the way he is, and then on top of the way he is, he's like a villain.
See? So I gotta watch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. One day.
You really do.
One day. Maybe we'll do a live watch. Speaking of live watches, let's go on to High School DxD
Which
Hero.
Which has now made it so.
High School DxD Hero, because I hope that did not kill my recording, and it did not. Good.
Okay,
Stupid
great.
computer.
I was gonna say it made the third row. I think it's been for third row for a while now.
It's not the most popular thing.
I think third row is still pretty good. Like, it's there with
this arbitrary rubric that we have for measuring popularity. Third row is decent.
Yeah, right.
High School DxD Hero episode 8, which controversially is my episode of the week, because I think it did a great job of balancing a really good opening scene that was very funny and quirky and had the traditional good humor, and it had a pretty good plot-heavy second half. And it did a good job setting up the next arc. So I think it did everything it had to do, and it was very interesting. This is like, for me, peak High School DxD.
Would I personally go that far? Probably not, because it's not my episode of the week.
Mm-hmm.
But
I know what your episode of the week is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure so is everyone else. But yeah, obviously Persona. But I didn't hate it. I mean, I wish the ecchi scene was a little
cleverer.
Yeah, I will say that.
Yeah.
It just felt a little flat for me. Like this is an ecchi scene I expect from like a dumb ecchi show.
It had a lot of like Tula Rue-ish kind of feel to it, where it's just like, oh, she's naked and she fell on top of me, and now all the other girls in my harem just expose themselves to me.
That's literally what happens. Like he's not even like that's not being like sarcastic or like, you know, he's not over exaggerating what happens. Like that's exactly what happens.
That scene was I agree with that. That was the weakest scene because it had no reason to really be there.
Exactly.
It was just like we have a quota to fill.
I was just like when it happened I was like, wait, what? Like I don't know, like I don't know, that really like put a bad taste in my mouth because the beginning was good. I actually did like the beginning, and then like that happened, and I was just like,
I feel like
that kind of just threw everything off for me. And then as it kept going, I was like, okay, now this is getting better.
I think that reeks to me of a scene that was probably in the light novel that was a lot longer, and they were just like, well, we don't have time for that, so we're just gonna rush through it, which is fine. I'd rather they spend more time on the actual meat of the episode than on the ecchi girl whatever thing going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm that kind of person. I think because I'm not really interested in the ecchi, I think I'm more likely to judge it harder.
Yeah,
because I can be more objective about it.
Also, we need some Ravel ecchi moments because she just showed up and now she needs her screen time.
She did. It was it's pretty good segue to the start of the next one.
I did like the second half where they went into the whole thing about Cyrog's mother, and they did do the whole tension thing where it was like, oh well, she did this and that, and it was like building on a heavy, like the music was heavy, and it was like, oh, she's dying, and they're like, we need you to use your boob lingual technique.
I was like, Jesus.
Just destroyed all the dramatic tension in the scene.
Like purposefully.
But in a good way.
Yeah.
In a good way, though.
Let's see what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Also, for some reason, all of the mothers in the demon world apparently just all have big boobs.
I think all the demons in general in the demon world just are, like, even the side characters, like, yeah, that mother with the kid, she was like,
yeah, no, the mother, see, it's plural, mothers with the kids. Like,
yeah, they were all just like
busty for no reason. Like there's nothing ecchi happened with them at all.
They were just like super busty and well designed. Like care went into their design
for no reason. Literally, all she did was just like kind of scold her son for like yelling too much. Like,
yeah,
like, oh, you just yelled at, like, nothing. I thought like a scene was gonna happen. I think that would have been a more appropriate place for an ecchi scene to happen.
Yeah,
like that would have been a good place. I don't know. I think that was my problem with the. Ironically, that was my problem with this episode. They were off on the ecchi, which this is an ecchi anime. So it's like, if you're off on the one of the main things that drives the show, it's like, I can't really give it episode of the week.
I give it episode of the week. I don't mind the etchiness. I like it's fine. They did enough good ecchi.
Yeah, it says a straight man. Oh, there's tits in it.
There's tits in it. I'm saying the opposite though. I'm saying I don't care about the tits because they did so well on the other episodes with it, and it's whatever. They're setting up a new arc, so fine. Let them have their not ecchi scenes.
Then just take the ecchi out then.
They have to like fill a quota with it. That's all.
I'm just saying, and they could have filled it in a better way. That's all. That's my thing.
That's a very minor complaint.
It is a minor-ish thing. Like in a long scope, yes, it was a decent episode.
Did the chins bother you this week?
They literally just bother me all the time at this point. They never not bother me. Like it's so
you and your chins.
it's so gosh so pointed.
I feel like by the end of the season you're gonna have a chin fetish. This is the makings of a chin fetish. And you're just not accepting
I'm
it
literally
right
just
now.
waiting for I'm literally just waiting for the Crimson Chin to make an
The Crimson
appearance
Chin.
and literally just kill everyone with his actual like full rounded. Well, it's not rounded. It's cylindrical chin. Just kill everyone. Is it cylindrical or I think it's rectangular.
I forget what it looks like.
It's a rectangle.
Alright. Alright, let's move on.
Yes, enough about rectangular chins. Let's get back to normal faces with Persona 5.
Episode 9.
I don't know why I'm looking at my notes. I never take notes for this show. No, they didn't set their new target just yet.
No.
No, this was
This was a good episode.
This almost was my episode of the week.
This was almost mine as well. I recently just started playing the games again because the anime surpassed me, so I was like, nope, I gotta surpass the anime. So I actually just played this part of the game, like, literally either yesterday or the day before. So this is very fresh in my mind, and I'm comparing the game to the anime now. Of course, the game did it better, but I really like how the anime did it, too.
Yeah,
Like,
it did it pretty well.
It did a really good job. The whole scene... First off, super twist. Super mega twist. I did not see the teacher being essentially like an escort, I guess.
Yeah, essentially.
So that was a good twist, and she did a good job of looking different.
Yeah, that's one way to say it.
And I don't know, yeah, they just did a good... These slice of lifey episodes where it's just like... I like that they're paying attention to the confidants and the side stuff.
I think I really liked what they're doing with Ren. Like, I don't know. I can hear like people like as I'm playing the game like make the decisions that he just says them.
Oh yeah, a lot of the stuff he says are actual just decisions in the game, like the "I'm a dad" thing.
Yeah,
he said a couple other things,
but he said it in Japanese, which is like so much funnier. Like he's like, I thought you were Papa. And she just looked at him like, okay.
But yeah, no, that was great. I guess this is like oddly a Ryuji episode. First off, they do this in the game too, but like they're super shipping.
Oh my gosh, I ship them so hard.
Like you cannot ship any character any harder.
Like the what did I call them? The Renryu.
I like Ryu-Ren.
Ryu-Ren? Is that better?
Yeah, let's go for Ryu-Ren. I'm sure it already has its name or whatever. Like
the Ryu-Ren couple, they're literally just so like adorable, just doing stuff like together,
going out, being bros. You know, I feel like they're very bro-ish.
They are like this is the most where it's so
I
cute
can already see all the fan
like definitely
like,
I'm definitely gonna check
that
out.
It all just starts out with them just being bros and then steadily going further and like the episode started with them in a hot tub, like in a bathhouse taking a bath together, and then them getting too close to each other.
That is true. I mean, Ren did say, "Don't touch me."
Yeah, well, he's just being
he's just being shy. He's like, "Oh my god." I mean, they
do absolutely no shipping with the girls. Like, Ann
literally, she's just
wherever.
Yeah, she Ann is wherever Ann is. Yeah, no, it was so cute. Like when I remember he did something for Ryuji, and Ryuji was like, "Run, run!" And I was like, "Oh my god, that's actually really cute."
Yeah, no.
And then like a super like literally a scene I would expect to see between lovers, like when I think when Ren decided to involve himself in like Ryuji's thing with the group, he's like, "Oh, why are you helping out with the like, why are you helping me out with this whole track thing? You know, it's not really much of your concern." And he's like, "Oh, I couldn't stand to see your face all mopey like that." And then they kissed. Right? No, I wish. And then Ryuji just blushes, and I'm just like, oh.
And it's funny. This episode also made me like I hated the teacher when I first started watching the series.
Yeah.
But now I kind of like she got another boost.
Shion definitely called it.
Yeah, he did.
Because Shion was like, "Oh no, you're gonna love the teacher."
Yeah, I love her now. She's just fun now. Also, I guess my one complaint with the episode is probably your complaint too, where it's I don't get the whole track team thing. Like, why do they hate Ryuji still?
Yeah, they literally have no reason to hate Ryuji. Like, it was literally because, like, what is it, Kamoshida?
Yeah.
Kamoshida literally was, like, the main reason all this bad stuff happened. Like, he's going around beating his students, like, broke Ryuji's leg and everything. Like, why are you still blaming Ryuji?
How dare you get our track team disbanded, Ryuji, from that psychopath that was beating us to death.
Like, literally. And then, like, even though they're, like, angry about it, and they're like, whoa, we're so angry at you for disbanding, but we're gonna tell you that this guy is the one who told you about the stuff with your mom.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what?
Well, that's irrelevant.
Exactly.
I'm glad Ryuji was like, yeah, okay, so what? You guys are stupid.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, okay, like, he told stuff about my life so he wouldn't get beaten anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I understand. Oh, God.
Yeah, it felt like a manufactured drama.
Yeah,
thing.
like, it felt like a drama that made no sense.
So.
But hey, it's I gladly accepted it because it made Ryuji and Ren get so much closer.
It was all an excuse to get them together.
Exactly.
We need a way to ship these two. We'll just say some bullshit happened with the track club.
I actually need to make a reminder to, like, read some fan fiction of them.
Well, if you stumble across any, like, Makoto or the Caroline and Justine, then let me know.
Will do.
Alright. So let's move on to the last episode.
Last, and certainly not least, because it is my favorite episode. Or episode of the week.
Yeah.
That too.
Card Captor Sakura, Cleared Card Hen, episode 21.
Yes. So we find out that not only when this is like, oh, this is no big surprise. So fun fact, Nadeshiko, aka Sakura's mom, that's the family that comes from magic. Big shock there.
Yeah. Her father's a deadbeat who doesn't care about anybody.
Wait. Oh, Sakura's dad?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So Sakura's dad apparently just knew this entire time that, like, oh, yeah, Sakura's been doing with some stuff, but, like, I can't see magic in any sense of the word, so
whatever.
I just leave it to her. Whatever.
Oh, she'll figure her way out. It's all good.
She'll do it. She's only, like, 8 years old.
She'll find a way.
I think
It'll work
I think
itself
she was, like,
out.
what, like 8, I think she was, like, 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was 9 in season, in the first series.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
In
addition to also having them... It sounds so bad. I'm just like, what did the dad side do? Was he just a sperm donor?
He was just a sperm donor.
Like, Jesus. Like, not only did they have the magic on the mom's side, they also had the money because the great-grandpa, the quote-unquote great-grandpa was like, oh, yeah, I also wanted to give you a summer house.
Yeah.
A whole house.
Yeah. Just yourself.
To a 10-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great idea.
Why don't you and Lee use this summer house for yourselves?
Like, what? But yeah. But that's really cool to know that, like, you know, the magic is, like, it's like a lineage of magic from the mother's side and just, like, pop out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I love the scene, like, after she, like, woke up and, what's his face left? The grandfather left.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was a
scene,
super cute scene.
That was actually, I would say that was kind of tense.
Really?
It was tense because because he was like, hey, you know, and stuff like that, you gotta you know, be careful. And he's like, oh, but, like, you have to do it too, Lee. And they kind of just awkwardly look at each other.
Because it's like, oh, they care about each other.
They do, but, like, you know, she's, like, saying, like, hey, like, and she's, like, hinting, like, hey, you've been doing some stuff that you haven't been telling me, which is true, even though he's not doing anything bad, but, like, he's not saying anything either, so it's just, like, and then they look at each other, and it it wasn't like that. Oh, romantic look with all the flowers. Like they didn't set it up to be romantic.
Maybe it's just because anything Sakura does is cute to me. She'd probably like just be yelling at Lee, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, that's so cute!"
Yeah, no. So that was like actually like that's some like pretty good tension because I didn't expect it. Like I didn't expect that to like come back with that. She's like, "No, you also have to tell me when you're like this way," and then they're like. And then they just awkward pause.
Mei-Ling is rubbing off on Sakura. She's getting her comebacks
now. Oh god, she's about to ascend to the. She's the main character and best girl. No. Oh, we learned basically like everything about Kaito, like his role as the villain, yada yada yada.
He was monologuing his plans.
Basically, he was monologuing his plans and. At the same time, Ariel was talking to Yue and Kerovero about it. Apparently he stole something from the
Mage Association.
Yeah, he stole something from the Mage Association, like powerful artifact. And then they're like, "Oh, why didn't they just take it back?" And they're like, "He's like really strong.
We're not messing with that."
So we're like, "Yeah, we're just gonna let him have it."
It was just like, "Hey, can you take care of this artifact? I'm taking this artifact." Oh, god damn it!
Yeah, I know that they said like, "Oh, it's because he lost an artifact," but rumors are he actually just took it and left. And I'm like, I don't think that's a rumor. I think that's just the truth. And then literally. As they're having a conversation, Kaito literally just like, "Hey bitches, what's up?"
Magic!
And, yeah, literally tries to like, I don't know, like do some shit. I think he was trying to like capture Ariel.
I don't understand what was going on. All I saw was pretty lasers and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, I see Ariel's in trouble."
Yeah, exactly. Like, well, you don't know what's happening, but you know Ariel was in some shit. He's like,
his
just
staff was breaking.
Yeah, like his staff was broken and everything. Like, I think he was trying to mess Ariel's shit up.
Yeah.
And Ariel like barely escaped. And then Kaito was like, "Huh. Oh, you broke my watch. Oh, you're kind of strong."
Now he's gonna like come back with like 5 watches.
Right? Let's go.
Let's go. I got 2 watches for each of you.
Yeah, but yeah. So Kaito basically is like, "I want to activate some spell, and I need to collect Sakura's cards in order to do that." I guess by activating the the only way to activate the cards is by having what's her face Akiho like read through the book.
Oh yeah.
Because was she reading the book during the episode, or did she fall asleep?
She fell asleep with the book on.
Yeah. But yeah. But speaking of the book and the cards, that's when she finds her card in literally second place for least impressive card capture.
Oh my god.
She literally just goes and she realizes like, "Whoa, everything's backwards."
It's not even
Secure!
It's not even like anything meaningful was backwards either. She's like, "Oh wait, the gate's on the wrong side."
No, I wouldn't throw that far. Like her whole house was backwards.
Whatever, her house was on, but it wasn't like upside down or anything. It was just like
it
was
like
from
backwards.
Instead of the right side.
Everything was just like
side,
inverted. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. So she's like, "Secure."
You could have done more with that. Like I said, even just like maybe she has to say "secure" backwards. Like that'd be cool.
I keep trying to do it in my head.
And it's hard, right? That'd be a good episode plot. She has to capture the card backwards.
But I appreciate what she did after. Like she captured the mirror card and then quickly used it to reveal that it's broken half.
Yeah.
She can use it to copy other cards.
It's not even really mirror. It's just copy at that point.
Exactly. And well, I don't think Copy was able to copy other cards per se.
Well, Sakura's power is growing.
Yeah,
so.
no, they're apeshit crazy. They also, I think they also talk about how like strong her card is. Well, not her magic is, but they're like, but her magic's like chaotic, so she can't really like control it. She kind of just does whatever and hopes like it, and they just hope it won't kill her or something. But yeah, so at the end it was cute, and this is what clinched it basically for like my episode of the week, where she copies the fly card, so her and Lee can fly together, and it's like this beautiful like romantic thing, and then Lee's like having his own little monologue where they're talking like you know, and this is so weird, because they're like, oh, people who have great magic, often bring about misfortune, or like they suffer misfortune or something like that. And I'm just like, oh my god, that's so crazy, because it's literally like the same lines from fucking the Magic's Bride.
Dun,
So I'm just
dun.
like,
Crossover.
I know, right? Oh my god, that would literally, I literally would blow my brains out with no gun. So yeah, I just thought that was so cool. And then he was like, no, I gotta protect her, Noah. And then he like hugs her out of nowhere and just like embraces her. And I'm just like, oh, that's really manly and super romantic. And I'm like, I'm all here for it.
There's a part of me that's like, that's super cute and I love that. Well, then there's like an evil part of me that's like, I really want a fan fiction where Mei Ling just cucks Lee and steals Sakura.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So if anyone has a fan fiction that does that, please let me know.
Yo, I'm just like, literally, as long as nothing bad happens to Sakura, I don't care.
You don't care.
I don't care.
As long as Sakura's happy.
Literally, quite literally.
And there used to be like this thing where, well, I guess it's still a thing where Sakura is like battles again. Who's stronger, Sakura or Madoka from Magica Madoka? Who's stronger, Sakura or Nanoha? And I think now we can definitively say Sakura is probably the most OP fucking magical girl.
Really? I mean,
like her powers are so vague and OP,
yeah, and over now that I mean,
she has so many.
I think now at this point, like she's like strong because she's so strong. She's doing things like she's not even like meaning to.
If she could control her powers, like, and she could like willingly look into the past and shit. Like,
then she. I mean, I wouldn't say she's stronger than Madoka, but I think she's like second place. Madoka's
there's
like
also Sailor. Isn't Sailor Moon also stupidly OP in terms of?
Like no, they're all pretty much on the same. Well, okay, not all of them. Sailor Moon and Madoka are on the same level because they're both like
gods.
They're both god or godlike, and they're like strongest forms. Sakura is almost there-ish. Like, she still only has a finite of powers. Like she can beat what's her face? Magical Girl's like Nanoha and stuff. Like, and she could do it in just like really roundabout ways too. Like, I'm like, I don't know, go to the past and kill you before you were born. I was gonna say kill you before you get magic.
I'll just kill your mom before you were born.
Why kill the mother?
But yeah, so
I wonder, like, did she tell her mom she was just like, I'm going to space forever, goodbye?
Probably.
Probably.
There's that Madoka. There's that Nanoha movie we should probably watch too. A new movie. Maybe do a live watch.
Maybe.
And if you guys want to be a part of that live watch, then please consider donating to our Patreon so that you can join the lovely ranks of these beautiful people up here who have donated and made this wonderful podcast and all of our videos possible. You can also follow us on Twitter and Twitch and Discord. So, do you have anything to add? This has been Sobroni along with
Doobie-doobie-doobie-doo.
and we'll catch you guys next week. Later.
Bye.